welcome guys. My name's Rachel, also known as Midwest Meets Vegas on Instagram. And we also have Robin here as
I'm
well.
Robin. Yeah. I'm on Instagram at Real Estate with Robin.
Yeah, so we're with the Cerrone Group. Today we're actually going to take you around. As you can probably see in the background, we're in a new build. We're located right now in the northwest part of town. So we wanted to get on here, talk about a little bit about the new build process. Now, of course, it's different for every builder. And also take you on a little bit of a tour of this specific model. The cool part about this one is it's actually going to be in different locations of Las Vegas. I think there's actually another community in the northwest that does have this one. And then on the, I think Henderson side,
some in like North Las Vegas and some over like Southern Highlands area where there's Silverado Ranch.
Yeah, so that's why you use us too, because we will have the insight on where these models are. So let me see here. I don't really see where we can actually see if there's any questions. But what we can do is, I think, Robin, maybe we go ahead and kind of do a little bit of a tour of the property, so that way people can kind of see, and then we can talk about some options that normally come included with a new build, and potentially what doesn't, and what you can do in terms of upgrades, right?
Yeah.
So right now we're in the kitchen. Let's see here.
From Pittsburgh.
Hi, how you doing? That's a long ways away. Well, welcome. So I guess what we'll do is maybe we'll start at the front door. Okay. We'll walk you all through it, and then if there's any questions, anything like that, please feel free to ask, and we'll more than likely have the answer, and if not, we'll find out that answer for you. Yeah, so, okay, let's see here. This is new to me, so I don't know. This is going to be fun. Is it moving? Okay.
Let's flip it.
You think flip it?
Oh, do you want to go to the door first?
Yeah, let's go to the door first. So I'm just going to kind of take you on, let's see here. There's the kitchen area, but I wanted to start off at the front door just so you can kind of get an idea. So with this, we're going to be at the front door here. Hi, there's my face. We're going to have sorry guys, technical difficulties. I'm not the best at this, so you're going to have to bear with me. Front door, there's going to be, yeah, right. There's going to be a little half bath in there. Let me see if I can flip this around again. Bear with me. This is all new to me. There you go. Okay, so front door there, half bath here. I'm going to try to, let's see if this bad boy will work with me here. Perfect. So the cool part about this layout is it's pretty darn, I mean, it's an open layout. Let's just be honest. It's an open layout. The furniture in here. Hi, how's it going? So we're in the northwest part of town. Of course, if you do have any interest in this area, you can always reach out to us personally. And then we can always do like personal tours for you as well and give you a little bit more insight on these communities. So this one here, a lot of times with this builder, I just want to point out, a lot of times you'll have a couple different options in terms of the countertops. You'll have a couple different options with the cabinets. And then when it comes to the floors, this floor here, a lot of times what happens is with builders, they're going to have carpet in the main part of the home, and then your wet areas, which are going to be your bathrooms, washer, dryer, kitchen areas, that's going to have whatever their base is. Now for this one here, obviously with any model, they're always going to do a little bit of an upgrade. They want to kind of make it a little bit more flashy, and that way too you can kind of see some different ideas, right? A lot of times too with builders, keep in mind your backsplash. You won't have a backsplash like that. They might go ahead and do a little bit more of a, is that working? I don't know if you can see. They might do a little bit of a lip of the same countertop, but a lot of times you won't have that backsplash. So that's all stuff that you could potentially upgrade if that's something you want to do. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and head on over to this corner area here. The stairwell to upstairs is kind of hidden, which I honestly kind of like that because then it doesn't take away from the overall look of the, yeah, it does, right? So then we got this little stairwell over here. It's gonna take us right on up. The natural lighting in here of this model specifically it's pretty darn good. Yeah, I was gonna say. A lot of the lights aren't even on. Now, I love this because You do have that loft area. Now, sometimes with these builders, if the loft area is large enough, they might have different terms, not terms, but they'll have different options for you, right? So technically, they might say, hey, this is a loft right now, but if you wanted to, we could make that into a bedroom. Not all the time, but sometimes, you know. Got this bedroom here. And for this being a guest bedroom, I mean, it's a nice size.
It is.
Very nice size. Got that there.
Closet size.
Yeah. Over here too. I got the Golden Knights.
Found the smoke detector.
Yeah, right. I know sometimes those go off. It's like, oh, good Lord. And got this little bath area here. Again, you can see too, like, obviously they've upgraded the floors. But that's the fun part about doing a new build. I mean, if you have the time to where you don't have to get into something right away, a new build might be the way to go for you, because then you can really kind of pinpoint exactly what you want in your new home. And you can,
upstairs laundry.
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't know, I get tired of walking up and downstairs. And the nice size master. But with a new build, like I said, you get a lot of different options. I mean, even in here, right? Let's say you don't like a tub and you want to do a full-on walk-in shower, or you want to do, or you don't like a shower. I mean, a lot of times though, you'll probably want to do a shower tub combo, but you might not. All those different options there. Are the washer and dryer included? Yes. So on this particular builder, what they will do is here, I'm going to flip around and show you the closet here. On this particular builder, yes, they will include the washer, dryer, and also the refrigerator. But that is actually a really good question, because the thing is, a lot of times with the builders, they probably won't include that.
Yeah. It's a builder specific.
Yes. So this one's actually going to be a more inclusive builder. When I say that, you'll get the washer, you'll get the dryer, you'll get the refrigerator. More or less what you see is what you get. And I think the majority of the upgrades in this one are going to be, for instance, the flooring.
The padding, all that.
Yeah, the padding, which honestly, padding in a house does make a difference.
Yes.
But I would say for this one, it's more or less the floors, backsplashes. You can always upgrade light fixtures. Some builders though, let me see here again, bear with me. Okay, so let's go ahead and just sit this down here. So a lot of times with these, is it just gonna get at me? There you go. So depending on the builder, and we both worked with multiple different builders, you can get a little bit more custom build. You can do something like this builder here, which is more everything is included. And then you have those in-betweens as well.
Yeah.
It really just kind of depends on what you personally want, what area you want to be in, and kind of more or less like the layout that works best for you.
And some of them you can choose like the elevation of the house. So
Yes.
you can choose more modern, and even some communities in town, like it might be the same builder, but some of them will have more modern elevations for the outside in certain neighborhoods. So you can really customize whichever area you're in.
Absolutely. Well, and each community can be different as well.
Absolutely.
Too. You know, you could be in more of a less like a master plan community,
Yeah.
like Inspirata, which is south of us.
Yeah.
We have Sky Canyon out this
Cadence.
They all offer different amenities, right? So
Yeah.
you're gonna have different parks and community centers, things like that. Or if that's not the lifestyle you want, you're gonna have these builders that will do more or less just smaller subdivisions, I would say, that aren't necessarily in those communities.
Yeah.
Most of the places out here do have HOAs. I know from being from Missouri originally, HOAs were not a big thing. I think it's kind of like a 50-50 thing. I think it just depends on what state you're from.
Yeah.
But here in Vegas, we do have HOAs, and a lot of times that's going to include if you have a gate, right?
Yeah. Pool, if there's a pool.
Pool.
It can also include the front yard landscaping.
Yeah, most of them do include
Yeah.
different. Now that is actually something, I'm glad you brought that up,
Yeah.
because with new builds, most of the time, I mean, pretty much all the
think
time.
most of them,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're gonna have the front landscaping
Yeah.
completed. The back landscaping, that's gonna be up to you,
Yeah.
which also gives you plenty of options. I mean,
Unless you buy the model home.
yeah, that is another good point.
Yeah.
Another good
The
point.
yards will be complete in a model home.
Yeah, that is true.
And all the upgrades, so
Yeah.
it's a double.
Yeah, now of course those prices are gonna run a little bit higher than of
Yes.
course your base prices, because you are gonna have all of those items that are already gonna be completed for you, but they're done.
Yeah.
And that's another good thing to bring up, I think, as well, because I think a lot of times people are automatically assuming that with new builds it's gonna take 8, 9, 10 months, a year to get
Right.
completed. That is majority of the time
Yeah.
correct. Hi.
Hi.
But sometimes you can get lucky, and that's why I always recommend using a realtor outside of the
Yeah.
builder, because especially with the Cerrone Group, myself, Robin, we actually have access to look at different builders and see kind of what options they do have in terms of if there's any quick move-ins, if there's anything that's going to be done. Now, quick move-in could be a month, 2 months, 3 months, but if that works in your timeline,
Yeah.
great. Or if you just want to go and wait and you're fine with waiting up to a year, then you know.
Sometimes they fall out of escrow, so we know people, if we're working in a community and we're calling, talking to them, and they tell us, hey, something fell out of escrow today. We can think of that for another client, and so we can sometimes find you something.
Do Las Vegas homes go right by the strip? I'm not quite sure if you're. I want to make
If
sure.
you're meaning if they have like views, it just depends on the neighborhood. If you're meaning how close they are to the strip, I think just about anywhere in town, max you're talking 30 minutes from
Yeah.
your house, even on the outskirts into the strip. So you will be close to the strip regardless of where you live. And there's a lot of new homes that are 15 minutes to the strip. So
Absolutely.
out here in the Northwest, we're about 25.
That's a good
minutes.
average.
Yeah.
Because we both live on the
Yeah.
outskirts,
Yeah.
and it takes me 25 minutes to get onto the strip.
Yeah.
And
it does.
And I mean, to be fair, I mean the traffic out here.
Honestly, I prefer it.
Yeah, I do too, because it
yeah.
is only 25 minutes, but
Yeah.
it really is more or less a true 25 minutes.
It
Now,
is.
don't get me wrong, you're always going to have some traffic right outside. It's a strip. You know, people are going to be oohing and eyeing and
Yeah.
everything, but for the most part, it really is true to the distance.
Yeah.
I mean, our traffic's gotten a little bit worse than what it used to be a couple
It
years
has.
ago, but
Yeah.
still not that bad. Missouri traffic, St. Louis traffic, way worse than
Yeah.
out here, which is actually kind of funny because it's the Midwest. You would think that the traffic out here is awful, but it's not.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so you're pretty close to, I mean, anywhere, honestly. I'm trying to think of anywhere that would really be, I mean, if you're out in Mount Charleston.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, if
but-
you're going from like, I don't know, St. Rose Parkway in the middle of rush hour, you're probably talking
you're going to get traffic.
45 minutes. And that's just because of traffic.
Yeah. Well, the
It's not
stop and go,
necessarily
yeah.
the distance. It's everybody's getting off rush hour. So there's a lot of factors in that.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope that answered your question.
Yeah.
I wasn't really
If not,
sure.
Ask it again.
Yeah, yeah, just to make sure we're understanding what you're
We'll hit
asking.
it.
So. Perfect.
I think there was some more.
Yeah, let's see. I want to see here. Okay.
Okay.
Did we miss anybody?
Oh, we didn't see Milwaukee. Hello.
Hey!
Hi, Lacey. Good morning, ladies. What community are you in right now? Okay,
Oh,
we
yeah,
answered
answered
that one.
that
right
one. Yeah,
there.
we answered that one.
Show us the kitchen.
Show us the kitchen. Oh, I guess Lacey
no,
missed the
that
kitchen.
was. I think that was when
That was
you were. Yeah.
Okay, when I was trying to figure out.
Sure, try.
And again, sorry y'all for the
Okay, I think we got all the questions
Yeah.
so far, but
yeah.
definitely ask us if you have anything.
And for the builder itself, a lot of times we try to answer that when like a personal. So if you want to reach out to myself and
Yeah.
Robin, we can dive into that a little bit more.
Yeah.
The cool part is too, I mean, there's such a variety of builders out here. And the neat part about these builders is, again, just because we're at this specific community out in the northwest part of town, this specific model, let's say you want to be down in Henderson or you're welcome.
Yeah.
Or closer to somewhere, and we can always find that out for you to see if they have the metal there. Now,
What the
granted,
availability is.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now, also keep in mind too, just because the price, let's say Northwest Las Vegas, where we're here, the price is going to vary depending on where you're at in Las Vegas.
And the models, and like the size, you know, so depending on the square footage and everything you choose in it, that's going to add on to the price. But the base price is going to start probably a little bit different in different areas, different communities, and then they'll just start adding from there.
Yeah, it depends the phase too. A lot of times when you get into a brand new community like phase one, a lot of times their base prices are going to be a little bit lower than if you were to get in, I don't know, like a phase 5 or when the community's gotten built up a little bit more.
And this particular community out in Sky Canyon, they are in phase 1, so you are going to be at the lower end of it, which is great on both ends, right? Because you're going to get equity with as the phases go on. So there's a lot of bonuses to being early on in the phase.
Absolutely. I mean, I've had clients that have bought in the first couple of phases, and I always keep up with them in terms of saying, hey, okay, this is what this one's selling at, this is what this one's selling at. Just because, well, first off, I mean, I know Robin's the same as me, is just because we sell your house doesn't mean you can get rid of us that easily.
This is true.
So
I think I text every single client pretty regularly.
Sorry. Right. Like, sorry, you can't get rid of me that easily. So we do try to keep up with people like that too, just so they understand of what the value is of their house after they've purchased, you know. So it does change a little bit, you know. So, and also too with the new build, you got to think too, depending on where you're looking at. A lot of times I feel personally, what I've kind of noticed is, I would say in the northwest part of town, a lot of times your backyards might be a little bit bigger than what they would be in, let's say, Summerlin or I think someone's trying to get into the new build. So phase 1 here. Hi, Robert. Hi. Yes. I still love that house, by the way, Robert. I tried to sell that one. I almost sold you a neighbor not that long ago. So hi, Robert. See, there you go. Yeah, Robert, you did really good, by the way.
You're sitting nice, it sounds like.
Yeah. He did good. He's in a really neat area of town. So one of my favorite areas. And the other thing is too, I mean, Robin and I are both like, we are all over Las Vegas, but especially for us, I would say we're really familiar with the northwest part of town, just because we both live over there.
And I've lived over there for about 15 years now, or over here about 15 years, so quite a bit. I've seen the growth, especially through Providence and into Sky Canyon. I mean,
you really have.
I really have. Providence was like nothing, so it has grown, and then now you've got Sky Canyon, which is amazing. So there's a lot to. I think we're gonna see a lot more.
I think so too. And I've heard some different things, like who knows when this is not gonna happen, but it really does seem like this side of town's starting to get built up a lot more, which is so exciting to see. I love seeing people get so excited about different areas of Vegas, and just learning about different communities that are coming available. Just the fact that so many people are interested in moving to Las Vegas. I mean, I was one of those people for about 9 years until I did get out. And so seeing other people, and I know Robin, you've been here for.
I was born and raised.
Right? So like polar opposites here, but it's so exciting, I think, for both of us. Just to see all the questions that come through and all the clients that are coming from different parts
and just see the growth in every part of the valley. I mean, from the south to the north. Even Summerlin has grown quite a bit from over the last 5 to 10 years. So it's amazing. It's amazing how our growth is going. Have you seen that thing on Instagram? I think actually Cerrone Group shared it, where it was like a map view of the valley from like the 80s to now. Did you see that? I'm sure.
I don't know if anybody's seen that yet, but
that was really cool.
I think that'd be something to share. Maybe we need to figure out how to do that on Instagram, and maybe everyone needs to check out our Instagram.
We'll share it again for you guys to see it, because it was really, really cool to see.
Yeah, it really is. Well, because Vegas in reality is a fairly new city in terms of the years, you know? So,
yeah, it definitely is.
That is very exciting to see the expansion of it. Well, I want to make sure, did we miss anything? Robin, you're good at this.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not that good at looking at the...
No, I think we're good. I think the only thing I was gonna add, and we kind of touched on it about the lot sizes, is when it comes to new builds, you actually, for the most part, and of course it depends on availability, but you can pick your lot. So that's why there's different phases. They're going to start in the different sections throughout the neighborhood, and you can pick if you want. If you want, let's say, like there's some in Sky Canyon with another builder that I think are sitting at about a quarter acre, which is a lot. So, and there's single stories and all that. But anyway, so it's a lot of land, and you can kind of pick and choose which lot you want if you have the time to wait for it. If you want these quick move-ins, it's kind of like whatever lot they're on and what they're selling. But that is a cool thing about buying a new build is you can literally choose your lot and choose if you have a view of the mountains and all of that. I missed that question. Did you read it?
Hold on. There's two that came in.
Since you're fixing how my face is doing. All right, it's funny. I just speaking of new builds falling out of escrow, that's how I found him.
Oh, really? Oh, hey, congratulations.
And he's in Providence, so.
Perfect. So we missed one. I'm so sorry.
We'll get
let me go back. This has to be so funny looking at my face.
What area in Vegas do you think you can get the biggest bang for your buck?
Oh, that's a tough one. I think it depends on what specifically you're looking for. Like, what is your biggest bang for your buck?
Yeah.
So
I think it's gonna be different.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. Yeah. So is it gonna be the lot size? Is it gonna be the actual size of the house? I think originally when I first moved out here, I think prices, honestly, in the Northwest and North were a little bit, well, in reality, a little bit lower than, let's say, like Henderson, Summerlin. Yeah, I mean, that's just, Henderson and Summerlin are always going to be a little bit pricier anyways. But I feel like the lot sizes were just larger out here. But now it's starting to boom a little bit more, which is exciting to see. But I feel like it's all kind of averaging out a little bit more. Maybe Enterprise, I would say is similar in price.
I think honestly, this is my 2 cents, and maybe you have. If you're talking about the Valley and whole and just bottom line, I think the biggest bang for the buck right now is in North Las Vegas.
Okay, you still think that
along the 215 where there's this new master plan going in of Tule Springs.
I would agree with that.
More left to do. Like they're growing. They haven't even really broke ground of what they're really going to do. So I think that area, and I think it's just going to grow. So I really think that would be my overall answer, but it is more specific to what your wants and needs are, location-wise, drive time, all of that.
I think that's good. I think that's a good way of putting it, actually. That's the point I was trying to get it.
So let's do the next one.
We might be taking you all on a little journey here.
Okay, we're gonna take a great job. Okay. Oh, thank you.
Hi. All right, you guys, we're gonna take you outside.
We're gonna do a little swap.
Yeah, let's see here. Oh, here, let's keep it on the.
Oh.
Okay, we'll just kind of.
It's just gonna.
This is fun. We're gonna take you guys outside real quickly, and then we'll probably end up ending this just because we have other people coming in, and we don't want to be rude. I want to make sure we didn't miss any questions or anything like that.
Okay.
Hi. So sorry. Hi. Hey, we're gonna thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that, you all. We're trying to keep it as quiet, and I just don't want to be rude to anybody looking at a house and make them feel awkward. And yeah, I just feel like that would just be a little rude there. But so what I'm thinking here is, I don't know if we're gonna have access. We might have lost access on these other ones. If we can get into it, maybe we'll take you on another tour here. But I also want to make sure we didn't miss any.
I mean, maybe we should flip it and just kind of show the landscaping.
Yeah, actually, I think that's a great idea, Robin. Yeah, that's actually really good. So a lot of times what they'll do is like desert landscaping. Now it's going to be different on every builder, but I think this kind of gives you an idea, right?
And like if you notice too, like looking over on this house, you can see the stone on the front of the garage, whereas this one just has it halfway up.
That's actually perfect.
So there's different. Those are the elevations that we were kind of chatting about earlier, where you can pick which one you prefer.
Well, that is so true too, because I mean, when you are looking at these lots, all lot prices are always going to be a little bit different, right? But it also can, what Robin's saying is, change the way the exterior looks. So that's actually.
But real quick, can we just peek through the houses at the mountains?
Oh yeah, let's do that. Can you guys see that?
Those mountain views, they never get old.
Yeah, and again, this is in the northwest part of town, so I feel like the views out here, I might be a little biased.
I'm very biased.
Yeah,
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, Is it smarter to put the landscaping in right away, or can you contact that out?
For the
Contract it-
front yard?
Front yard's gonna be done.
Yeah.
Backyard, honestly.
You're gonna have to get it approved with the HOA. So that's
Should we
the
flip
one
this
thing.
around?
Oh yeah, we probably should.
Oh wait, sorry y'all again. Don't really
Oh.
having some issues. Oh hey,
That's
hi.
So you're gonna have to kind of like submit plans to the HOA and just have them kind of sign off on it. Some of them have different rules, so it's definitely HOA based on what they allow and don't allow. Like I live in an HOA community, and it's really funny. We have pretty tiny yards, all of us, and they're very specific about they don't want you to put an above ground trampoline, but if you put it below ground, it's good to go. So they don't want kids jumping up over the wall. So there's just weird things in every HOA community. So once you go with a builder and you get all that information once you're in escrow. So you'll be able to answer those questions even before you actually get the keys.
Right, and the same thing with like a pool size too. You want to make sure, just because you think you can put a pool in, you want to verify that that you can, and that's all because too of you have to have a certain amount of distance from the house itself. But I will play off of this just a little bit more in terms of landscaping. A lot of times, if I'm being honest, it's probably going to be a little cheaper for you to just to wait and get it done after you move in rather than trying to do it with the builder. Because honestly, the builders a lot of times, unless you're doing like a private build, they really don't offer landscaping. They might offer.
I feel like they used to, and I think that they just don't have time anymore. They're trying to get the houses done. They just don't have time to do that yet.
A lot of times you might be able to do like a back patio, depending on the builder.
Yes, you can do patio covers, even pavers. Sometimes they'll do like a portion.
And it's probably a small portion.
Yeah,
but you
just
probably
have a
patio.
patio.
Yeah, so it's probably easier if you just do it after you move in.
I would definitely recommend that.
Yeah. So I don't. Robin, you're good at that.
As we get in close again.
Oh my good Lord.
Okay.
Okay, this short.
Oh, I didn't really read that question all the way, so you answered that better.
Yeah, no, but we got this. Thank you, by the way, Slim.
Yeah, thank you.
I think that was.
Yeah. So, do you guys have any more questions?
Yeah. Any
before we go?
questions? I want to make sure we didn't miss anything.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of brief, guys, but
Yeah.
we just kind of wanted to give you like a quick little, because the thing is too, like I said, you can reach out to myself, Robin, the Cerrone Group. We do a lot of new builds.
Yeah.
We're just trying to make this fairly quick, brief, answer any questions. We can always go into more detail for you though on any builder, because we
Do
work
more
with,
specific.
Yeah, more specific. Because
I mean, there's a lot in town, and there's a lot of really great builders in town.
Yeah, there are.
Yeah.
There really are. So yeah, it just depends on your personal preference on what you want. Because a lot of times when we do look at new builds, I know for myself, like I always take my clients to different new builds, different builders, so that they can see how each of them work, and they can decide on what they prefer. I mean, that's really what it boils down to, personal preference sometimes, and on the builder, the models, the location, all of it.
Right.
So,
Lot sizes.
why should you use a realtor when building? Why should you use a realtor and you rent a rights to look for a home? Okay, 2 good questions. Okay. Okay, so using a realtor outside of the builder. So that's a good question because we're just going to give you, not necessarily extra, well, we do give you a little extra protection in terms of like looking at more information for you. We're going to be there through the whole entire process.
Have an advocate on your side.
Exactly. Yeah. We're going to be there to kind of help pinpoint exactly what you want. The builder is going to be there to just talk about that specific builder, as to where we, not working for that specific builder, are going to be able to look at different options for you. And here's the thing too, we do not affect the cost of the build for you. We're free of service,
Right.
We're just there to help you in your process and making sure that we're getting you to where exactly you need to be. Because a lot of times too, the agents that work with the builders, they can't cross sale. Right. So you won't be able to look at different communities. As to us, especially with the Cerrone Group, we're actually going to have access to look at.
Okay.
Oh wait, it's working. I did see a quick question on the red. When it comes to Redfin, of course, using a realtor, we're going to have our own system. Right? We're going to have our MLS app. We always send that out to our clients. I always tell my clients this: look, if you're going to look at Zillow, if you're going to look at Redfin, if you're going to look at what is it, Trulia, something, you're always going to want to look, right?
Yeah.
But just make sure that you always tell your realtor, hopefully it's, us, you just show us what is, what properties you're looking at. Because a lot of times with those, websites, they might not update them, or it might just not cross over to where we know exactly what you're looking at. And so I mean, I always tell people this, like, you're gonna look, you
And
know,
it's
and
a
sometimes
little
I'll look
delayed.
too. Yeah, it's delayed. I think that's what I'm trying to get across. It's
Yeah.
gonna be delayed.
Yeah.
So you know,
Using with our personal apps that we can send you and get you set up on your phone, you can search in that and it'll be in real time. So you don't